Hey, so seeing as I was really keen about joining this Woodathon, I don't know if that's what we're calling it, I thought let's add an extra challenge and try and record it similar to how Steve does it. I've been a massive fan for over a year now. I know it's fairly new, but I knew nothing about woodworking and learned pretty much everything, mainly off Steve. Obviously there's other great channels out there, but yeah, so I thought, hey, let's add the extra challenge of recording it to see how much effort it really is. I'm pretty sure it's a lot, and I already see I'm mucking up. I should have maybe scripted this as Steve recommended. Anyway, let's get cracking. So this was actually quite a difficult challenge. I'll just reach over here, sorry. To come up with something. I think that was it was a bit unexpected. I was thinking a little bit more specific, but I had an idea of doing something we can actually use, right? And I think that's sort of the thing. And I quickly sort of banged this together, and I'm pretty sure you don't quite know what it is yet, but I also have try and do some ink labeling mock-ups, but you will see at the end what it is, unless I already put it in the icon of the video, it might be, but I haven't thought that through. See, this is all new to me. But anyway, let's get cracking. So the first thing is, what material should I make it from? I thought let's keep it simple. Let's use some plywood. It's what I've got. I've got a lot of spare wood back there, but I thought this is good enough, and this piece is fine. I'm now looking sort of at the sizes and dimensions that I need. I obviously had an idea in my plan, but I think I want to wing it a little bit, although I always think you shouldn't, and I normally have a plan, but I'm probably going to build this, to fit obviously my printout, etc. Add a little bit more. So yes, I think normal paper in this country in Europe is around 21 centimeters wide. So let's just go for 23 to make it a little bit wider. So I will mark this off and cut it on my table saw for the back panel. So I'll put the front panel here. Use this with my bandsaw to cut out the sides. Let's get cracking. So it's just at this point that I wanted to point out, this is why I absolutely hate table saw. The fence only goes to here, super frustrating. So I have to use this awkward thing, which is a real pain to set up. So, in terms of the height, it's literally just going to be the A4, so I'll roughly mark that. I'll obviously square it off at the top. Sorry, I'm used to this. And then cut it roughly 30 centimeters on myself. So I'm going to quickly do that on the table saw. Okay, power's back on. I think I just used too many things at once. We've got the pool machine running, my wife's cooking dinner. Perfect. Now, I was gonna cut this piece as sort of the front panel. However, I just realized this might make for a perfect base, because I'm now just, going kinda by the sizes. Thing I need to do is see if I have enough wood on this panel to make two sides and a front. So I'll most probably cut out the front first, whatever I've left. So I need to get a better camera, sorry, I'm using my phone. But anyway, so I'm gonna cut off the front panel, well, cut it to size, to the width, do the front panel, and if I have enough, well, whatever I've left, I'll just make the side pieces. Again, that's not real concern what they look like. Let's go. sort of the back base and the front. Next step that I would need to do is the sides. I've got about 38 centimeters worth of stock here, so I guess if I cut it in half, so the size will be like 18 centimeters. It's a good portion up, I think that's fine. Remembering that I need to sort of cut that S-curve with the bandsaw. I'm just thinking on how to assemble it, because I guess I'll put it on top of the base, or we could use rabbits or dados or whatever they're called. Something I need to think about, because obviously if I do that, then the size will be different. I need to put rabbits in here. I think I'll go for the rabbits. Let me set up the router. Nothing too amazing, but it mostly does the job. So setting this up is always tricky. So it's not the straightest fence, I'm fully aware of this. It's definitely my next project, is a decent router cable. I just realized the problem. If, in the front it's no problem because the size will come as high as this. However, on the back panel, it won't. It stops around about here. I'm just gonna not bother with the data at the back. So I'll just measure this distance and continue from there. Happens. Right, I've cut the side pieces and now I'm just making sure it all works, and yes, okay, it's a little bit, it's good enough. I'm going to clamp this because I need to kind of draw the S's on the side panel, so I just want to kind of hold this in place so that I can mark exactly where, and then we have this sort of back here. That's kind of, I just want to make this sort of edge look a bit nicer. So I don't really need this because I'm going to just aim for the top. There goes the measuring tape. So let me come around to that side. Okay, so just to come around, I'm thinking, I don't know if you can see, oh, wow, lighting problems. Just an S-curve similar to that. What I'll do is I'll use a ruler or something to draw those lines. And then I guess we can cut it out. I was thinking the bandsaw, but I think scroll saw might be a better solution. So, managed to do an S-curve. It's not that difficult. I just literally took a compass, sort of placed it roughly in the corner there, up here, let me see, there we go. Sorry, the light's quite bright here, but yeah, there you go. Drew that side. Place this sort of a centimeter in because I want a bit of a flat piece, saw where to place it so that they meet, and then draw the other side. Now what I'll do is I'll cut this out on this piece, and then just transfer that onto the other. Again, they don't have to be exact because they're opposite sides, as long as they look pretty similar, identical. So I'll cut that out with a scroll saw, as I mentioned, and then sanded, and then we're nearly ready to glue together, except we need to put the print on. So that is the next thing. Just use an ink transfer. I think Steve has a video on that, and there's many on YouTube, but I'll show you as well. It's 9:15 in the evening and it's still over 30 degrees. That's like 6 billion in American, not too sure how. Right, so the cut went really well. My wife is actually getting the printing stuff ready upstairs to put the transfers on. what I need to do before we do this, sorry about the noise, is to sand the two-place side at least when we're doing the printing before, obviously, the wet ink comes. So I'm going to quickly grab my sander. Bam, I have 120. I'm happy with that for now, to just do a quick pass. So let's see which sides. There's a fault in this one, there's a bit of thin paneling, so I'm going to use this side as the inside. So let's quickly sand. So, I did a test run here. I think I know how it works. Little thing, I put double-sided tape on here. Let me just split it. So the reason being is, you can get smudges if it slips, right? So the idea here is that when I put the paper down, it sticks to the double-sided tape and, God, this is so difficult. There you go. Right. So this is the open, well, I accidentally printed the wrong side, as you obviously do, but the ink is on this side. So the idea is to place it in such a way that it's just on the edge, like that, and across, down. And I think I made a mistake, but let's see. So just make sure it's everywhere so we get equal pressure. Use my glasses, wait a while, and then here we go. Let's put it off. And this was the one we had already used, so it dried up. Okay, try number 2. The irony. I knew this was going to happen. Also, I'm going to stick the tape a little bit further out. Just clear up some of that. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to, my word, this is definitely not designed for me. I'm not a man of patience when it comes to this stuff. There we go, 1. There we go. So you're getting the hang of it. Okay, so this one should be the one we haven't used. I'm a little bit confused. Okay, it was just me. So there's the word heat wave. We need to put it on like this. A bit higher. Stick it down to that side. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Oh, thank God, it worked. Look at that. So there we go. You know what? It's not that bad looking. Very happy with this. Right. Here we have the palm trees that I want to put on here. Luckily I've got more gap, so it should be straightforward. I've put the double-sided tape on. I just need to sort of roughly find the middle. I think that should be fine. A bit more to the right, there we go. So I'll put it down here and I'll just let it roll and bam. Now, sticking tight on the double-sided tape. Let's just roll it down and transfer that on properly. I'm worried about smudging it. Shall we check? Let's go. Just make sure the palm tree's on properly, because that's obviously the key part. Let's go. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Good morning. New day, much better temperatures, although I'm pretty sure that'll change soon. So yesterday I managed to cut all the pieces, get everything ready for the glue up. Big thing is we still need to sand, but before that I need to drill 4 holes in here and put some dowels on there so we can hang some things on there. You'll see at the end of the video what we're going to use that for. So I'll cut the dowels, do the holes, glue it all together, and then we're pretty much done. So let's get cracking. For the length, I'm thinking, let me turn around because, you know, I don't do inches. I'm thinking 5 millimeters out, so I think that's a fair amount. Let's do that. So that would mean cut them at 6, obviously. So these ends fit in like here quite nicely, see? Now, I just had a thought. Firstly, I need to flush them off the front and make them a bit less jagged, right? But then that gave me an idea, so that's why I made an extra one. So maybe I can put like a groove in here, you know, so that whatever you hook in rests a little bit in there. I'm thinking how to do it. It's probably just sanded. I'm not too sure if my band sand, is that what it's called? I'll show you in a minute. You know, if the radius is small enough, but let's have a go and have a look, otherwise I have to use the hand drill. Let's go. I'm having problems with my tripod. It's like one of those gorilla things, but it's failing. Anyway, let's have a test quickly. You know what? That actually works. Let me do a bit more. Let me see, you can see. I think that's just fine. So, let me quickly round off all these things and then go from there. The other thing I want to do is just round off these corners. Just gives it a bit of a more sophisticated, is really a word I'm going to use, but it's a bit of a nicer look. Let's just sand it all. I always end up with a mess, at least at half my workbench. Anyway, focus on the glue up. But first, let's sand it all, dust it all out. So for the glue up, I'm just going to get various clamps and stuff and start assembling it, the worst part of the job. However, don't buy it with this ratchet thing, please. If you want one of these, buy one, but like Steve has and so many others, with either a turny thing or a hand pump, way better than a ratchet. This can cause so much damage on your work, and it's always a pain to tighten. It's getting hot again. It's not just for show. Right, so now we let it dry. Give it sort of an edge sanding so that these aren't so rough. I was going to initially use a roundup a bit, but I don't really like how it looks on plywood, so I'd rather just smooth these off, and I think it looks good. And then lacquer, well, we don't really have that, or maybe that's something someone can help me with. We've got something called varnish. That's the closest thing. Whenever I search for lacquer here in Spain, it comes up with that, and I don't really know what the translation is. Whenever I put it into Google, it always says lacquer and that, but you can't seem to get it, so I have to use varnish or spray on varnish. I don't know if it's the same thing. It works similar. It doesn't give the same sheen, maybe, nor the color of the wood. The wood stays quite light, I guess. So I normally prefer oils, but for this I need something that's durable for outside, so I might even just varnish it with, clear deck varnish or something like that. But I'll see that later today when I complete this. Thanks, see you later. So, for the finish, I decided to go with the spray and varnish. It says interior, exterior, so it's for inside and out. And the reality is it's just too hot to go and open a can and use a paintbrush and whatnot. This will just be so much quicker. So I'm going to spray this, let it dry, and then we're done. Have you ever noticed how it says shake the can for 2 minutes? Wow. Finish. So now, just wait to dry. You can see I'm living in a heat wave, sorry about that. But now, we wait for it to dry, and then we're good to go. Right, and there we have it. Just a little box for my wife and my kids to keep the pool stuff in. Just these hooks for the goggles, and then just various sunscreen. Obviously, this will be most probably fuller, and maybe these big bottles are a bit bigger than I thought they would be. Maybe I should have tested that first, but it's a handy little box, and I thought for the theme, not bad, right? I'm quite happy with it. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the pool now because it's just way too hot. Catch you later. Hey, thanks for anyone who watched it this far. As you saw, I'm an absolute noob at this recording thing. I have the wrong equipment, I just use my phone, but it was great fun, and I thought it was a great challenge to, try and do something like this. So thanks. Also, thank you, Steve, for, inspiring myself and so many others to start this hobby of woodworking. It's been amazing, and you'll have a lifelong fan here for sure. You absolutely rock. Catch you all later.